Hi friends, welcome to my channel JK Competitions Current Affairs. Today we are going to discuss on National Curriculum Framework. My dear friends, this video is exclusively for uh, English medium students. Please observe this one. If you like this video, please like it, share it and subscribe it. And please watch this video till the completion of the video. So without wasting our time, we will start today's class. National Curriculum Framework 2023. My dear friends, this was the National Curriculum Frame was released last year in the month of April, right? So the National Curriculum Framework 2023, in short we can call it as NCF 2023, was released by the Union Minister of Education recently. That means last year. The draft proposals were released for public feedback in April 2023. The final or revised version of the National Curriculum Frame mandates teaching of 3 languages, including 2 Indian languages, in classes 9 and 10. Now, what are the objectives? The objectives which we are going to discuss in this video are: the first one, what are the national curriculum frameworks? That means we're going to discuss about national curriculum framework in detail. Next one is a pre-draft of the national curriculum framework for school education. That means school NCF 2023 is called NCF SE. Here SE stands for school education. This we are going to discuss exclusively in this video. And third one, the final version of the NCF-SE. So we are going to exclusively discuss in this video about NCF-SE. Now, first thing, here is the question for you. What are the national curriculum frameworks? They are called in short NCFs. The National Education Policy 2020, which is in short called NEP 2020, which aims to devise 4 NCFs, for which a comprehensive strategy has been worked out jointly by the Ministry of Education and NCERT. Actually, NEP, National Education Policy 2020, its aim is to prepare to imply 4 national curriculum frames for upcoming years, and these NCFs were held jointly by the Ministry of Education and NCERT. And the National Steering Committee was appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan. Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, who was the former of ISRO chief, and it was set up by the Ministry of Education to undertake and develop national curriculum frames. Actually, my dear friends, the national education policy, the chairman of national education policy was also Dr. K. Krishnaswamy Kasturi Rangan. And now, National Curriculum Framework 2023 chairman also Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan. Okay, what are these 4 NCFs? What are the 4 NCFs recommended by National Education Policy 2020? The first one here is National Curriculum Framework for Early Childhood Care and Education Program. National Curriculum Framework for Early Childhood Care and Education. For the first time, I think it was not there actually. For the first time, pre-primary, that means pre-primary foundational course also been it means at Anganwadi level. For that also, it is recommended to frame certain rules and regulations or objectives for that small kids. Actually, NEP 2020 it aims at, or NCF 2023 aims at age group of 3 to 18 years actually. That means this comes under pre-primary, that is lower foundational course like nursery, LKG, UKG, and these also come under this. So as per NEP 2020, it recommended or it asked Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan to give certain objectives to develop the school education at this level also. Second thing is National Curriculum Framework for School Education. This is what we are going to discuss today. NCF-SC 2023. Here, NEP 2020 gives the importance of school education. First one is children primary education, pre-primary education, early childhood education. Second thing is school education. Third importance here of NEP 2020 is National Curriculum Framework for Teachers Education, NCFT, and fourth one is National Curriculum Framework for Adult Education. Adult education also. For adult education, for adults to be educated, there must be some specifications and objectives, like a program called Padhna Likhna Abhiyan. So that also to be considered. That means there are certain people who are away from the school at their childhood also should be educated at their old age or adult age. That program is suggested by NEP 2020 or NCF 2023. These are the four NCFs proposed by Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan. Next one, NCFs National Curriculum Frames aims to bring out a paradigm shift in education with focus on holistic development of children. Second one, emphasis on skilling. Third one, vital role of teachers. Fourth one, learning in mother tongue, cultural rootedness. So these are the things. These are the important things. These are the important things. Focus on next upcoming years. Now, the NCF has been revised 4 times in the past. That is in the year of 1975 when Indira Gandhi was a prime minister at that time. After that, 1988, one more time, when the reign of Rajiv Gandhi as a prime minister and PV Narasimha Rao Garu as a central education minister, and in the year of 2000 and 2005. Now, NCF SC 2023 is the fifth national curriculum framework. Now, if implemented, the suggested modification would be the fifth one. What is the fifth one? That is, it's important to note that the National Education Policy 2020 and the National Curriculum Frames based on the education policy are not binding on the states. It's a common for entire nation. Common for entire nation. Right? This is the fifth national curriculum frame. So special and which has 4 different types of NCF also. Here, first one if you see, take here pre-draft of National Curriculum Framework for School Education. This is what we are going to discuss. National Curriculum Framework for School Education. So the points which covers here are the first one. It covers the framework of curriculum for age groups of 3 to 18 years. Actually, it was 6 to 14 years. And now 3 to that means the when a child attains the age of 3, immediately he should be put in a school under nursery and all or Anganwadi, and he must be educated there or so the number also years also age also changed here. Earlier it was 6 to 18, now it is 3 to 18 years as of NCF 2023. A key part of the document is inclusion of values and its rootedness in India. This is a very important inclusion of values and its rootedness in India. This is in content and learning of languages, in the pedagogical approaches, including tools and resources and philosophical basis. Now, my dear friends, next point is here. It advocated the teaching of three languages in classes 6, 7 and 8, and two languages in class 9 and 10. Okay, three languages in 6, 7 and 8. One is two are national languages, one is local language, another one is national language, and third one is international language like English. And for 9 and 10 they are two languages. And R1 denoted the mother tongue, our home language. R2 could be any other language including English, and R3 was any that it was not there in R1 and R2. For example, if a person is a child who is in North India like Delhi and all, they have their own language, mother language and regional language, both are same. And along with Hindi they have to learn one South Indian language, and third language is Hindi. Like that, the one who is in South Indian student, along with their original language, for example, if you take Tamil Nadu or something, along with Tamil, he or she has to learn Hindi as well as one of the international languages like English also. It is strongly recommended by NCF 2023. Three languages. Now, the document leans towards making students acquainted with the true sources of knowledge. This is very important. It's a making no this document motivating students to acquaint with the true sources of knowledge, which have been a philosophical preoccupation of ancient Indians. For example, the certain things are given. There are six different pramanas are given. These sources, what are the sources of knowledge? These sources are focused on six pramanas. The first source is like pratyaksha. Pratyaksha is the pramana, that means perception through five senses, right? Using all senses while learning something. Second one, anumana. Anumana is nothing but using inferences to come to new conclusions. Interference, when a child learns a new thing or learning a concept, they should interfere the concept, then automatically they come to the new conclusions. Third one, third pramana is upamana. Upamana means knowing through analogy and comparison. That means whatever the student learn in the class, he should be able to analyze or compare with the previous learning, right? Next, ardhapatti. Ardhapatti is nothing but knowing through circumstantial implication. And anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi. That means perception of non-existence. Non-existence. Right? And last one is Shabda. Shabda is something an individual can only directly know, a fraction of all reality. These are the six pramanas. Six pramanas. These pramanas are the source of knowledge of ancient Indians. Next, moral development. According to NEP 2020 or NCF 2023, through Panchakosha, because our fivefold development. Fivefold development. This concept is an ancient explanation of the importance of the body-mind link in human experience and understanding. Next one, for grade 10 certification, a recommendation from NCF 2023. Students will have to take two essential courses from humanities, math and computing, occasional education, physical education, arts education, social science, science and interdisciplinary areas. According to NCF 2023, these are the available courses that are for grade 10 students to choose. Now, the final version of NCF SC, that means National Curriculum Framework for School Education, final version. The first point is mandatory and optional subjects. So far, the students from classes 9 to 12 studied 5 mandatory subjects with an option of adding one more subject. Second, now the number of mandatory subjects for grade 9 and 10 is 7 and it's 6 for classes 11 and 12. Third one, optional subjects have been grouped in 3 parts in National Curriculum Frame. Fourth one, the first optional group includes art education. Art education in the sense both visual and performing arts, and physical education and vocational education. Inclusive education, this is all called. Second, the second group includes social science, the humanities, and interdisciplinary areas. And the third group that includes science, arithmetics, and computational thinking. This is the about third group. So totally 3 groups are there, right? Now, finally, emphasis on Indian languages. So NCF 2023 mandates the compulsory instruction of 3 languages referred to R1, R2 and R3 up to class 10. At least 2 of these 3 languages must be native to India. One should be local language, another should be one of the national language like Hindi, and third one must be international language like English. Now, this NCF offers some sort of flexibility here. It offers students the freedom to pursue a mix of science and humanities to reduce the rigid boundaries separating arts, commerce, and science in classes 11 and 12 across school boards. It also offers freedom to all boards to change to semester or term-based systems in class 12 in the long term. Now, for classes 6 to 8, 6, 7, 8, the NCF states that 20% content would be from the local level for the social science curriculum, 30% content would be from the region level, and 30% would be from the national level, and 20% content would be the global. This is the segregation of curriculum suggested by National Curriculum Framework for School Education 2023. 20% from local, 30% from regional level, and again 30% from national level, and the 20% from global level. These are the recommendations as per National Curriculum Framework 2023. Now, based on this discussion and whatever it is, there are certain questions who asked who are appeared in the previous exams that we are going to discuss now. Here is the first question. National Curriculum Frame 2005. National Curriculum Frame 2005 is largely based on option A behaviorism, option B cognitivism, option C humanism, and option D constructivism. Your option is option D constructivism. So NCF 2005 is largely based on constructivism. Second question, which was not a guiding principle of NCF 2005? Which was not a guiding principle of for NCF 2005? A. Connecting knowledge to life outside the school. B. Shifting away from the rote learning. C. Increasing arithmetic competency among students. And 4. Flexible exam systems. Your option is increasing arithmetic competency among students is the not a guiding principle for NCF 2005. Remaining 3 A, B and D are principles of NCF 2005. Next question. According to National Curriculum Frame 2005 recommendations, the percentage of short answer type questions should be option A 5 to 10%, option B 25 to 40%, option C 70 to 80%, and option D all of the above. Your answer is option B 25 to 40% of the question paper should be given short answer type questions as per NCF 2005. Next question. Following are the principles of National Curriculum Framework 2005 except except. That means we have to identify the wrong one, wrong principle. Option A, curriculum as per constitutional values. Option B, quality education for all. Option C, reducing flexibility of social practices and procedures. Option 4D, strengthening national system of education. Your option is option 3. Reducing flexibility of school practices and procedures is a wrong option. Actually, we have to increase the flexibility. That means this NCF 2005 principles include that constitutional values should be included, quality education to be given for all the students, and we have to strengthen the national system of education. These are all the principles involved in NCF 2005 except C, right? Next question. The National Curriculum Framework 2005 emphasizes the importance of environmental education to meet the following objects except. That means, my friends, we have to select the wrong option here. Now let's see options one by one. Option A, explaining and equipping society to solve environmental problems. Option B, to generate cognitive ability and resourcefulness. Option C, to develop understanding based on observations and illustration. And option 4D, developing awareness about environmental issues. Your option is option A, explaining and equipping society to solve environmental problems is not emphasized by NCF 2005. Remaining three are emphasized by NCF 2005. Next question. The primacy of National Curriculum Frame 2005 in curriculum development and reform is A. Focusing on socialization of children. B. Teacher-centered learning. C. Making curriculum inclusive and meaningful to children. And D. Making children thorough with textbooks. The primacy of NCF 2005 in curriculum development and reform is making curriculum inclusive and meaningful to children. That means curriculum should be included with all possible areas, like all different types of curriculum education. Okay, and that should be meaningful to children also. It should be useful. Next question. Next question. The NCF 2005 is one of the four frameworks published by Dash in 1975, in 1988, in 2000 and 2005. Your option is option A, Ministry of Human Resource and Development. B, NCERT, National Council of Education Research and Training. Option C, UGC, University Grants Commission. And option D, NPE, National Policy on Education. This is also called National Education Policy. Now the correct option is National Policy on Education. That created the frameworks, almost 5 frameworks as of now. Next question. According to NCF, it is important to focus on errors because they dash. A. They provide an opportunity to scold students. B. They provide an opportunity to remove students from school. 3. They help to brand students as slow learners. And D. They provide an opportunity to identify the child's thinking. Important to focus on errors because those errors provide an opportunity to identify the child thinking, but we should not scold the student as they could not do well in examination, and we should not remove them from the school because of their errors, and we should not brand students as slow learners as they committed many mistakes in examination. But these errors should we should use these errors to provide an opportunity to identify the child's thinking, because different children have different type of thinking process, and we have to identify the thinking process, and we have to give them some suggestions, thereby we can correct them then and there. Next question. Learning without burden. Learning without burden is a basic concept related to is a basic concept related to NCF 2005, NPC 1986, NCTE, National Council for Teachers Education, NCERT. So learning without burden is a slogan given by National Curriculum Frame 2005. That means the burden of the books and everything should be reduced drastically. And the last question here is the concept of core elements in social studies. The concept of core elements in social studies curriculum is given by A. National Policy on Education 1986, B. National Curriculum Frame 2005, C. NCERT, and D. SCF 2011. Your option is National Policy on Education 1986. According to this one, the concept of core elements in social studies curriculum. These concepts of core elements in social studies to be implemented, that is given by National Plan Education Policy 1986. Yeah, this is my dear friends. I think I covered a few topics from this. I think there are few more questions to be discussed. As this video getting lengthy, I'm stopping here. In next video, I will try to finish remaining questions. Thank you for watching this video. Please like it, share it, and subscribe it. Thank you for all.